At Metro PCS, we let the numbers do the talking. 4. Enjoy a reliable 4G LTE network that's faster than Sprint. 2. Get 2 free smartphones when you switch to Metro PCS. 99. The percentage of people in the U.S. covered by Metro PCS. Get 2 free Samsung Galaxy J3 Prime smartphones when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network or active on Metro PCS in past 90 days. Coverage claim based on talk text coverage. Speed claim from downloads. See store for details, terms, and conditions.
I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome to No BS Job Search Advice Radio, and specifically, episode number 702. Life is sometimes more complicated than we'd like it to be, and this is a show about one of those complications to your professional life. The one where you're interviewing at a firm where, you're not going to exactly get a stellar reference, and how do you handle it? Do you kind of hope that they're not going to be contacted, or do you take it head on? Hope you find the show helpful. If you do, give it 5 stars in iTunes or Stitcher and leave a great review. It does help other people discover the show. And by the way, in 2017, this show, No BS Job Search Advice, is dealing with interviewing in all its various forms, and my other show, Job Search Radio, deals with everything else. Between the two shows, we're almost at 1,000 episodes, so I hope you subscribe to both this year. It will help you and will help other people. Now, with that, let's get going. I've received a question from someone that I thought was very useful. And it described a situation where a person, I'm not going to identify gender here, a person was interviewing with a firm and had already met the president, but discovered that someone that they fought with regularly was employed at the firm in a senior sales role. How do they handle it? Well, I'm sorry that this has occurred. Disagreements, sometimes political, sometimes, in the course of selling, people butt heads with one another. And that it's sufficiently difficult for you indicates how vehement the differences were. So let me divide the scenarios into 2. One is big company environment. A few thousand people. This is a lead salesperson. I don't know the role that you're interviewing for, but given that you're writing, I'll assume that it's also a sales role, perhaps even where you might interact with this person. At a big firm, major corporation, I might let things roll and not really address the issue head on. And again, I'm operating with a limited amount of information, so I don't know, again, if this is someone you might interact with daily, in which case my advice would be more like the next piece of advice I'm going to get. So you work at a big company, I might not call this person, because I'm just going to pick the name of a bank, for example. You work at Capital, you're interviewing with Capital One. Tens of thousands of people there. What's the likelihood that the president of this firm is going to contact the salesperson in that organization for permission to that they hire you? Pretty damn small. So in the monster firms, wouldn't bother unless you know that you'd be relating to them, in which case this is the advice I would give, and which clearly represents smaller companies. In smaller companies, in firms, large firms where you'd interact with this person, I'd call them up immediately. Hi, I just met with so-and-so. I know we had our differences for years. And the fact of the matter is, I'm a different person than I was then. I've learned some things. I'm sure you're a different person than you were then. I presume to know if you've learned anything. It's not important that I know that. But I just wanted you to know that I'm interviewing with your company. And I hope you can see that I'm different than I was then. Now, this person may stand in your way. This person may, it was a tough time back then, and I know we fought, whatever it is, they may say something more appealing. or appeasing to you, just as you've said to them. But I just believe it's better off to confront this head on with the person that you had the issue with. Because if you believe they're going to be contacted, then you might as well get it done with. So that in this way, if it's going to happen, or as an old colleague of mine once said, you either blow it in or you blow it out, meaning that it's either going to happen or it isn't. There's no gray area there. This person's either going to stand in your way or they aren't. And if they aren't, great. If they are, get it done with just by asking this person, saying what I've suggested to you to say to this person. I'm a different individual than I was then. And I hope that you can put the past behind us. My goal is not to be rude. I just want to make a living. I just want to fill in the blank. And I hope you can put the past behind you and let it go. Because obviously there's enough history there that you're concerned, so it suggests that there was a serious problem. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here are a few ways that you can connect with me. The first one, of course, is reach out to me on LinkedIn. My page there is linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. Mention that you listen to the show because I love to hear from my listeners. It just puts a big smile on my face. Next, if you're an executive and interested in my coaching you, email me at jeffaltman@thebiggamehunter.us. Mention in the subject line that you're interested in coaching. I'll reach back to you. We'll set up a time to speak. We'll figure out whether this makes sense. I want to be clear. I'm not here to be your recruiter. I no longer do search work. I'm a coach helping people find their next position. And as such, my work is not free. I'm not doing this as a charitable endeavor. I'm here to see whether I can help you and whether your background is something where I can be of service. And if you're not an executive, the best place to connect with me is with JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. That's my site where I've curated information that I've created and other people have created. It's there with their permission, of course. And you can ask me questions. So right now there's over 400 pieces of content there, plus the ability to ask me questions. So again, JobSearchCoachingHQ.com is that site. And by the way, and I haven't really mentioned this on the site, in addition to doing job search coaching, I also do executive coaching and life coaching. And I've done so for years. So if you're interested in that, message me again at my email address, jeffaltman@thebiggamehunter.us. Tell me about what you're interested in, and I'll get back to you and we'll talk about it. Hope you found this helpful, and in the meantime, have a great day. Take care.
At Metro PCS, we let the numbers do the talking. 4. Enjoy a reliable 4G LTE network that's faster than Sprint. 2. Get 2 free smartphones when you switch to Metro PCS. 99. The percentage of people in the U.S. covered by Metro PCS. Get 2 free Samsung Galaxy J3 Prime smartphones when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network or active on Metro PCS in past 90 days. Coverage claim based on talk text coverage. Speed claim from downloads. See store for details, terms, and conditions.
Progressive presents Mindfulness with Flow.
You are a mighty fortress of supreme knowledge. Progressive Direct has not only revealed their rates, but those of their competitors. If you were any more in the know, you would be drowning in, the know.
Compare Progressive Direct rates with competitors' rates, because knowledge is power. Visit Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.